Whatever. I told Tank. Tank know what's up. You know what I mean? He know what he up against when he fights Shakur or Keyshawn. You know what I mean? He want to fight these guys that everybody in the world know that ain't gonna give him no fight. They not mentally.
After Kazan's actions toward Dennis Binnick, it was only a matter of time before the boxing world took notice. The loudest voice has been Terence Crawford, a close friend of Keane. Recently, Crawford didn't hold back on X, calling out Gervonta Davis. He urged Davis to stop avoiding fights and face off against Shakur Stevenson and Kesson Davis.
Like I was telling Bud, it's either you or Keyshawn's gonna get tanked, so the walls are closing in. So awesome.
It's gonna be him though.
It makes sense. He's closer.
Big brother first.
Absolutely.
It's no secret that Shakur and Kesson are close with Crawford, leading fans to believe that Crawford's recent call-out of Gervonta Davis is a way to challenge Davis through his pride. However, this call-out seems more like Crawford playing the role of hype man rather than issuing a genuine challenge. While Kesson Davis is a solid fighter, he's nowhere near Davis' radar for a reason. Kesson's performances against Miguel Maggio and Nahir Albright were far from impressive, and let's not forget the looming presence of Andy Krus.
Day, I was fighting before I had gloves on, you know what I'm saying? And, I've been in the ring with Tank twice already, sparring him, you know what I'm saying? And, if he wasn't the top dog and somebody else was the top dog, I'd be calling that person out. But since he's the top dog, I'm calling you out because I know I can whoop you.
Krus defeated Kesson 4 times in the amateurs and embarrassed him at the 2020 Olympics. If Kesson can't even beat the guy who made him look like an amateur, why would Gervonta Davis waste his time? Tank doesn't need to take on a charity fight just to help Crawford's gym mate build his name. If Crawford wants Kesson to be a star, he should push him to settle his score with Krus first. Until then, Kesson doesn't belong in the same conversation as Davis.
I would love to fight the face of boxing in the 135 division. I would love to fight light skin, but I just don't. You know who it is. I just think he don't got the balls to fight me. Our character.
What seems to be fueling Crawford's public jabs at Gervonta Davis is a recent post from Tank himself. Gervonta had taken a swipe at Crawford on X, claiming, "Y'all really think Crawford is chasing greatness? He's not. That's what he has to do to make decent money." Tank's comment hit Crawford where it hurts, his legacy. Crawford has been pushing the narrative that moving up 2 weight divisions to fight Canelo Alvarez is about legacy and greatness, but Tank sees it differently. To him, Crawford isn't chasing greatness, he's chasing a payday. Let's be honest, that fight with Canelo looks more like a Saudi retirement payday than a pursuit of legacy. If Crawford truly cared about his legacy, why not move up to 168 first and prove himself there? Skipping straight to Canelo screams money grab, not legacy.
He's calling for Tank. Now,
he beats Tank.
Yeah, you think so?
Keyshawn Davis beats Tank, in my opinion.
But Crawford wasn't done stirring the pot. In one of his more heated jabs, Crawford came out with, "Dante, look, I've got bigger fish to fry. Grow some balls and fight Shakur Stevenson or Kesson Davis, and stop being scared. That's probably why you ran your girl over and beat her, because you don't got no nuts, and she knows it." This wasn't just a call-out, it was a low blow, bringing up Tank's personal past in a way that turns a boxing beef into an all-out war. If Crawford thought this would shame Tank into accepting a fight, he clearly doesn't understand Tank's mindset. All this did was pour gasoline on the fire.
Davis Keyshawn, this new guy, he's 140 pounds, he's not bad.
Yeah,
Keyshawn Davis. That's him.
Let's be real. Crawford's frustration might also be linked to his lackluster numbers. His last fight against Israel Madov reportedly drew only 75,000 to 100,000 buys, which is abysmal for someone considered one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. Crawford has never been a PPV star like Tank, whose name alone guarantees big buys in packed arenas. Crawford, not so much. As for the idea of Davis fighting Shakur Stevenson, don't hold your breath. While Shakur is undefeated, he's not exactly a fan favorite. He's been labeled as boring more times than anyone can count. Tank, on the other hand, is a showman. He brings knockout power, fireworks, and a personality that sells.
It's two 135 division champions that I would love to fight, you know, but if they got the guts to step in the ring with the businessman, tell them send me a contract or I send it.
Shakur, on the other hand, is the kind of fighter casual fans might struggle to stay engaged with. From a promotional standpoint, Tank would be carrying the entire weight of the fight. Why would he take on a fight where he does all the heavy lifting? Eddie Hearn seems to think he can turn Shakur into a global star, but good luck with that. Maybe Shakur could gain traction in the UK, but in the US, where entertainment standards are sky high, he doesn't stand a chance. In America, it takes more than just talent. You need charisma, excitement, and that it factor. Shakur simply doesn't have it, and Hearn's history of hyping fighters who end up falling flat speaks for itself.
I mean, you gotta ask him those type questions. Like, at this point, like, y'all can't ask me those questions. I'm not in a position to send him a contract. I'm not in a position to be like, yo, I'm fighting him this year. I'm not in that position yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop asking me those questions. All respect, you know what I'm saying?
No, you good.
And for every interviewer that's gonna watch this, don't ask me that question no more. Ask him that question. When are we gonna fight?
Let's not forget, boxing in the US is a whole different animal. Look at the UK's biggest stars, Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, Conor Benn, and Chris Eubank Jr. While they might be household names across the pond, they wouldn't have the same star power in the States. It takes a certain level of talent and showmanship to make it big in the US, and Tank has both. In spades, at the end of the day, Crawford's jabs at Gervonta Davis are just that, jabs. He's trying to stir up controversy, but Tank doesn't seem interested in playing Crawford's game. Tank knows his worth and isn't about to help Crawford's buddies build their names off his. If Crawford wants to make waves, he should focus on his own fights instead of trying to drag Tank into his circle of prodigies. Whether it's about legacy, paydays, or pride, this feud between Crawford and Tank is only heating up. But if Crawford's strategy is to shame Tank into a fight, he might want to rethink his approach. Tank isn't scared, he's just smart. And until Crawford's crew proves they're worthy of stepping into the ring with a star like Tank, all the trash talk in the world won't make it happen. But let's be clear, Keyshawn Davis's knockout win over Dennis Baroni on Valentine's Day sent shockwaves through the boxing world. The fourth-round kill not only solidified his spot as the mandatory challenger for the WBO lightweight title, but it also fueled the fire for a fight with Tank. After the win, Keyshawn didn't hold back, shouting, "Hey, Tank, knock knock," to the crowd, laying down a public challenge that couldn't be ignored.
World title definitely gonna be next 2025. We got big plans for everybody in the boxing world. Hey, Gervonta, knock knock.
This challenge wasn't just bravado, it was the result of years of tension between the two lightweights. Their feud, which has unfolded across social media and in interviews, has grown increasingly personal. Keyshawn's trainer, Brian Bomac Messentire, has been outspoken about his belief that Keyshawn is the one to end Gervonta Davis's reign as WBA lightweight champion. Gervonta is tailor-made for Keyshawn, Messentire confidently declared, adding that the fight will play out like Terence Crawford's demolition of Errol Spence. It's a bold comparison, but one that Keyshawn doesn't shy away from. He echoed his trainer's sentiments, saying, "I see myself putting the same beating on Gervonta as Terence did." The statement was filled with confidence, and for good reason.
Keyshawn the one that can crack their Gervonta code?
Gervonta can be beat easily, man.
Ooh.
Yeah, we hear you say he could be beat easily. Why?
Yeah, he could be beat easily because he's just a basic type of dude with a.
Keyshawn believes his youth, intelligence, and power make him a nightmare for Gervonta Davis. "I'm smarter than him, inside and outside of the ring, period," he declared. This isn't just talk, it's backed by his impressive performance trajectory. His recent win over Baron Schick, who had previously defeated super featherweight legend Emmanuel Navarrete to claim the WBO belt, was a major achievement. Baron Schick, an Olympic silver medalist, brought pedigree and experience to the ring, making him Keyshawn's toughest opponent to date. Yet, Keyshawn passed the test with flying colors. Keyshawn's self-assurance comes from more than just his recent success. He sparred with Gervonta Davis twice during his amateur career, experiences that greatly boosted his confidence. The first time I sparred him, I was 16. The second time, I was 21, right before the Olympics, he shared. Those were competitive spars. I wasn't thinking about fighting him at the time, but I knew I had the talent to compete at a high level. Keyshawn's natural ability has been clear from the start, even before he turned pro or made the Olympic team. I've always been good. People would say, damn, you've got a fire. I didn't just show up one day, I've had talent since day one. Despite his youth and relative inexperience compared to veterans like Davis, Kesson remains undeterred.
He act like he couldn't get a lot of people in the ring, right? Why didn't he try to get a Edwin De Los Santos? Why wouldn't that be the fight that you want? Since you want to talk bad about me, fight somebody that I fought. Go ahead. And you talk bad about my performance during it, so go out.
Kesson acknowledges Gervonta Davis's knockout power, which has earned Tank a fearsome reputation, but he insists that fans haven't seen his full potential yet. I've got one-punch power too, but I've only had 12 fights, and I'd only been fighting at an elite level for 3 of them. You don't even know what I'm fully capable of yet. Kesson's rise has been meteoric, and he's not slowing down. His next fight against Baranchik is expected to be another statement-making performance. Although Baranchik is a formidable opponent with Olympic silver and WBO gold, Kesson is confident he'll come out on top. Baranchik is going to give it everything he's got, Kesson said, but it won't be enough. He's 36, and after the beating I'm going to give him, it's over for him. The Ukrainian's toughness and experience will likely push Kesson to new limits, but that's exactly what the American star welcomes.
How can you, all that's just okay. How can you stop people that can actually hit? No matter all that boxing, you're going to get hit.